Well, coming up in a few minutes, Steve and Baylor are going to talk about how bad it could be this time of the year. Cold, snow, ice. We didn't find any of those things today. Temperatures today well above normal, 15 degrees above normal, 46 is the average high. We made it to 61 today thanks to partly sunny skies. And looking at the month of December, hey, this is just par for the course. This has been generally the norm. Yes, we've had some cold days. We had one back on Monday, but even the cold days aren't that cold compared to what it could be. Looking at the nation, you can see across the middle of the country, we have moved the warm air in, and it's going to stick around all the way through this upcoming holiday weekend. At the same time, we're also drawing Gulf of Mexico moisture north. So while today it was high clouds, tomorrow we're going to have some lower level clouds in the mix, and that's going to make for a cloudier day locally. But temperatures still will try to get up to near 60 for a high. Also, we've got our next storm on the map. It's located in western New Mexico. That thing comes out and moves across our area on Friday. That's when we're going to find some wet weather. Looks like a wet finish to this week. Overnight tonight, though, we're just going to have partly starry skies. Tomorrow looks like a mainly cloudy day. I say mainly cloudy because I think there could be some peaks of sunshine across the area, especially to the southeast. Places like Alton and West Plains and Koshkonong down into Salem, Arkansas, maybe Mountain Home. Those are all areas that I think have a better chance at seeing some sunshine on Thursday. And once we get into Thursday night, here comes the rain. Looks like it overspreads the area by 7 o'clock Friday morning, and it's going to be with us for the front half of the day. But even once the steady rains move out, we're still going to have cool and damp conditions remaining and maybe some patchy areas of drizzle. And I think we may have a fog risk trying to develop overnight Friday night, at least across parts of the area. As far as rainfall with that system, looks like generally a quarter, maybe a third of an inch in most locations or less. That's just the first wave of rain, though. We're going to have another one come through Christmas Eve into Christmas Day. Overnight tonight, again, under partly starry skies, we drop down to about 43 for a low. High tomorrow, back up near 60. Looking ahead to Friday, again, we keep it cool and damp. Looks like about 54 for a high on Friday. And then looking ahead to this upcoming weekend, we get a break from wet weather chances on Saturday. Saturday actually looks like a pretty nice day to get out and about. We could see highs in the low 60s on that day. On Sunday, though, Christmas Eve, we got a pair of storms which are going to come together and generate a bigger storm over the middle of the country. And that bigger storm is going to be an impactful storm. If you're traveling on Christmas Eve, whether north-south, you're going to have to contend with wet weather. To the west, over toward Denver, it's going to be snow. Down on the Gulf Coast, it could be some strong thunderstorms. And locally for us, it looks like rain, some of it heavy. In fact, it looks like on Christmas Eve into Christmas Day, much of the area will pick up at least an inch of rainfall. Some places could see as much as 2 inches of rainfall. And that wet Christmas Eve that I think we're going to find could challenge the record. The record wettest Christmas Eve back in 1982 at 1 1/3 inches. It looks like we could see totals approaching that. What about temperatures? Well, I mentioned low 60s for highs on Saturday. Christmas Eve looks mild. A little rain cooled, about 57 for the high. Monday, it looks like we'll have highs in the mid-50s. Those are going to be morning highs. I think we could see temperatures dropping back during the afternoon. And post-Christmas Day, that looks more like December. It looks like we're going to get into a stretch next week with highs generally in the low 40s. And I wouldn't even be surprised if we don't have some snow showers to talk about in that time frame.
Not a white Christmas, but maybe afterwards. Back to reality in a couple of ways.
Back to something close to reality, yeah.
All right, thanks, Jamie. And like he said, we want to show you how bad it could be